Hi, welcome to Just Common Sense. My name's Brian Harrison, and I have Jose Mora here. We're going to talk today about his country, where he came from, what the USA is starting to turn into, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. So, first of all, I want to say hi to everybody out there. Hey, how are you guys doing? Oh, yeah, that was Giggles I was mentioning. Okay, that was the other day. Remember that? So I always want to bring up our Sonun vice president who never makes it to the border. So we call her Giggles because that's all she does. Yep. Again, as I always say, El Paso is not quite the border. So anyway, we're going to be talking a lot tonight. We're going to be talking about a variety of things going on. First of all, I want you guys to know, have a wonderful weekend. Definitely enjoy 4th of July. Remember what 4th of July is about. It's about our Independence Day.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, when did independence happen? What did it? Where was it? I asked you guys this the other night. I didn't get a lot of emails back. Are you guys telling me you really don't know what Independence Day is? Is that really what it is? Come on, guys. I'm going to give you one more day to do this. I want you to explain what Independence Day is. I want you to explain where it came from, what happened, what year. What year? It's easy enough. There was actually a coin out there a couple years back because of that. And just keep that in mind. That may be a hint to look that up. So anyway, but a variety of things we're going to talk about. Keep in mind too, go to my website, www.just-commonsense.com. Again, www.just-commonsense.com. And at that point, go to the bottom of the page, check out the YouTube videos, go ahead, check out the podcast. So we're going to also have a podcast out there tonight. There's going to be a lot going on. So a couple things. We already saw what happened today, right? They're going after our nice, so-known President Trump. They're going after his group right now, trying to say that they evaded taxes and all kinds of stuff. Not true, not true at all, and it will be proven. They have been attacked so many times. I have never seen a person get attacked so many times. And then when we talk about the left, what they say, the left sits here and says, oh, well, we don't attack anybody. Well, guess what? They attack everybody. Yep. The left is brutal. They are vicious. And I'm not saying all of you guys out there, so keep that in mind, because there's some good people on the left. I'll say it. I'm talking about the extremist radical. We're talking Nancy Pelosi. We're talking Biden. We're talking Harris. We're talking Schumer. We're talking Cortez. Cortez is really out there. We're talking many of them. We're talking Bernie Sanders. We're talking a lot of people out there, what's going on. It's absolutely crazy. And you know what? You think they care about you? They do not care about you at all. They care about you as much as zero. What do they want? Power. We all know this. They want to keep those chairs. They want to be there for 2022, and they want to get 2024 in there. We know that. Keep in mind, guys, I'm still gearing up to run for Senate in 2024. Yay, we're going to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and... It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do the right thing. We've said it before, and I'm going to go ahead and defend everybody the way it should be. And I do believe in term limits, and that's the problem in D.C. That's why we have Pelosi still sitting there and everything else. We cannot discriminate against age. I've said this before. However, when you have term limits, that fixes the problem. There are people in there, and there's some people with good judgment, and there's some people without good judgment. And my own father said this. He said this a couple years ago, many years ago, actually. He said, as I get older, things are going to happen. My mind's not going to work as great. He was very intelligent all the way up to the day he passed, obviously. He had it together. But as he got older, there was one day I said, okay, Dad, you need to hand your car keys over. That would be tough for most people. Well, we had that discussion many years before that. He said, when you think I need to hand the car keys over, just say so. And I did that. He handed them over. There was no problem at all. I'm sure it was tough for him for a little while, but he never talked about it or anything else. So I've heard I've talked to a lot of people where they've had to do that with their parents as they get older. And it's a tough thing to do. And they've had some issues doing that. So that's where I just go into saying many things like that with age and all that. We're all going to get older. Things are going to happen, except for me. I don't age. Yeah, right. I wish that were the case. So I am going to go ahead and bring up something. First of all, we're going to talk about what Republicans do. First of all, I want to talk to you about Jose here because obviously I've been talking about this beard for probably a good couple weeks.
So you're going to bring the beer now, huh?
I am going to bring the beard. You remind me of maybe Achman the terrorist. Achman the terrorist, right? Doesn't he look like Achman the terrorist, guys?
Especially with the accent. By the way, Brian, thank you so much for having me here. All right. We've been trying to do this for what? A couple months?
We've been trying to do this for a while. He travels a lot. And I had another friend that was going to be here, but we're going to try to get them both together eventually. So this is going to be a real good night. We're going to have a lot of fun here. First of all, we're going to talk about that beard. Give me 1 second.
Especially with the heavy accent, guys. It's going to be fun tonight.
So, you see this stuff right here?
No, it's not happening. Nope. No, it's not happening.
This is what Republicans do.
It's not happening.
Achman the terrorist is going to shave the beard.
No.
Right in front of us.
No, you're going to have issues with my wife if that happens. You know?
I can get the weed eater out of the garage if you want. That might work a little bit better.
Yeah, that won't go through.
Hey.
No.
Here's to your wife right here. This is what needs to be done.
No,
he needs to definitely do this.
It's going to be a little longer. I will say about here, you know, and every time that my beard grows, my accent grows.
Wait a minute. You're going along. Bin Laden, guys. This is it. We found him. They lied to us. He's here. Wait, where's my... Hold on. Where's my weapons? I got plenty of them around. No. All right. That being said, we're going to talk about a lot of things. So, first of all, we want to go ahead and talk about where he came from, what he's seen, and what's going on at the U.S. because we're starting to see all this starting to change here in the U.S. We're starting to see socialism. They're trying to take over. You got Cortez out there. She's one of the wildest ones. Bernie Sanders, another crazy wacko. I mean, these guys want to just basically have the country run everything. And you know what? It does not work. It never works. So, Jose, you got anything you want to say? You want to explain a little bit about things? Go ahead.
Here's the thing with Latinos. We can smell socialism from thousands of miles, right? So it's very difficult for us to convince us of this thing will work. Just name one country that socialism has worked. All right, so we have Spain, we have Italy, we have Argentina, we have that in Panama as well. Come on, it never worked. So what is going to work now? Why? What is the point? Because socialism, this is what they do, especially in Cuba. You see physicians, you see people with high degrees just driving a taxi cab, right? Because it doesn't work. So what they're trying to do is just make everyone so dependent of the government, right? And then that's how you lose your freedom. That's exactly what is happening right now, right?
Right.
And it's not happening, guys. And we're gonna fight for this, right? Especially we Latinos. The only Latinos that I find here that they support this maybe in South Florida a little bit, right? And that's it. Even the Venezuelans coming from the border. I saw a video though. They coming through the border. Some Venezuelans, and in the border they say, you know what? We here, but we don't support socialism. They say it right there. You know,
I get it.
It's just, and we know this better. We know since many years, especially starting with Italy back in the 40s, Spain, Argentina. I mean, so many examples. This thing don't work, people, you know, and they're making people lazy.
And right? It's true. And let me tell you something. I heard something today, which is a fact. Go look it up. This is a fact. Do you realize Trump got more votes from Latino people ever than any president in history? In history, because he was handling the border right. Everything was being handled perfect with the border, and then what happened? Biden comes in, gets paper shoved in his face, probably didn't even know what he was signing. Of course, some of it he does, and he's just like, executive order. Oh, by the way, President, sign this. Okay, okay. What is that? Don't worry about it.
What I'm signing, by the way,
he doesn't care.
It's just beyond belief. And
as Henny says, go get your little cup and go to bed. His little milky cup or whatever he says. I don't know.
Wow.
I just call Biden weak, and I call Harris giggles. That's it. So I don't know. Okay, go on and tell us what your thoughts here.
Let's talk about the border here. All right. So I will bring back to the Dominican Republic back in the 30s and the 40s. Okay. So yes, Back in the days, Dominican Republic was the second strongest economy, the second stronger Air Force. Believe it or not, back in the 40s, we have, I get this, we have a dictatorship, back then. I get it. He did very bad things, but at the same time, he did great things. For example, the country was completely independent financially. We owe zero money at all. So not only that, healthcare was free, but was top notch. Not only that, everything was how I put it, how it should be, right? For example, the border between Haiti and the Dominican Republic was closed. So if you want to come to the Dominican Republic to have a better life, you gotta go through a process, right? You have to prove yourself that you're gonna be a someone that's gonna bring you're gonna support the economy, right? Usually, whoever comes from the border to Haiti to the Dominican Republic used to be physician, doctors. People used to go to the universities, right? So the economy was booming back in the days, booming in the Dominican Republic. So what happened in the early 60s, right? They killed Trujillo, right? So they killed Trujillo. The United States tried to invade the Dominican Republic. I'm not gonna get into that, right? Mm-hmm. So what happened then? The political party, which called the Liberal Party, won, and from them people, everything went downhill. The border opened, fully open, and what happened to the economy? Inflation, everything crashed, and everything that it is happening to the States right now, it already happened in the Dominican Republic, just like it, right? So all the resources went to the Haitians. Nothing against Haitians. I have Haitian friends, right? It's just how everything is handled, right? For example, my family, how we did, Brian. We went through the process. It took 4 or 5 years to get a green card. We got a green card in the Dominican Republic. We waited for that, right? My dad, I remember my dad saying when he was 14, 15, he went to the ocean. We used to live just right in the ocean, beautiful. And he said, I'm surrounded by water. There is no progress here. He was just 15. He told me this all the time. And he says, I need to get out of here. And he thought about the States coming here. And then back in 1995, 96, he decided to come over here, right? And it took 5 years. It was a long process. I get it.
What was the process? Did he have to go through some paperwork? How did that kind of
I don't remember much because I was 13, 14 years when we started the process. But I know it was a long process. I got here when I was 18, right? And the day that we got here, I felt so relieved, you know. I started dreaming about all the things that I can do. And I'm going to bring a good friend that just got here to the States about 3 years ago. And everything that he accomplished, doing the right thing, Brian. Right thing. So we became here then as investors, right? My father has their own business. They still do, right? And is doing the right thing to the country, right? And I will tell you this. I love my native country, Dominican. I do.
Sure.
But this is my country.
Too. Yeah, but it's your home too, and you got family and friends down there. I get that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And I will defend our freedom, you know, and we're here to do that. And the way we have to defend our freedom, first of all, we have to make people conscious of what is happening to the left, what they're trying to do, all this brainwash they're doing with all these kids, especially in the schools with critical race theory, right?
Oh, yeah, I know. That's getting crazy. And they're pushing that on our kids right now. Instead of teaching what they should be teaching, they should be teaching history. They should be teaching math, science, all the right stuff. Again, they want to get political and they want to do this. That's the problem.
And exactly, I'm sorry to interrupt. Exactly, they did that in Germany, right? Yeah. So they start all this propaganda when they're very young, naive, you know, and they put all this in their mind and their hearts, hating their country, their nation, right? And especially when they go to colleges, right? That's even worse, Brian. Right?
Oh, yeah. One thing I saw today, guys, and you can look it up, actually, it was like 84% of people want to live in America. This was 6 years ago. Now it's down to 47%. That's how bad things have gotten. That's what we're looked at. We're looked at and we're laughed at because of what's sitting in that office right now up there. It is absolutely crazy. Defunding the police. We've talked about that. All that stuff going on. It's absolutely crazy. Cannot be done. And this will not happen in this country. Will not happen in this country at all. And I guarantee, I'm going to say it right now, we're going to get the Senate, we're going to get the House in 2022.
Yes, we will.
It will not happen. Nobody's going to cheat votes. Will not happen. I guarantee it. So nothing like that. Now, again, I'm not saying anything about Trump on the votes, but just keep in mind, there's been all kinds of stuff going on. Hey, by the way, on that, I want to give an applause to the Supreme Court today. They did a great job about the votes. Yes. And you know what Biden said? He comes back and he said, that's a very bad thing for the country. Biden, you have no idea what you're talking about. Go drink your sippy cup. Tell you, go drink your sippy cup, as he always says. You weak president. I'll say it. He's weak. Anyway, what else? Go on. I'm sorry.
So my point here is that the open borders, what it brings, smuggling, right? All kind of things, including humans, right? Is exactly
Fentanyl.
Exactly what happened in Haiti is huge over there, especially with children. Bad. Because if you have an open border, there is no order in the border. So what do you think is going to happen? You're opening the door to the cartel, to everyone to come over here.
Absolutely.
So we have to stop this. I understand there are people that need us. I get it. But the first people have to be the American people, right? So when the American people are well and fed, I'm not saying that people have to work for whatever they want, right? Then we can help people. It's nothing against helping people. It's doing the right thing, the way I do it, the way many people do it. I understand it's difficult out there. I'm from a third world country. I get it. And many people want to come here, but we want the right people to come here. We want the people that can bring here and help to build this economy, right?
Yeah.
I can give you a great example here. Good. My best friend, he's a pilot. He got here 3 years ago, and in 3 years, he's already flying 767s. Mm-hmm. And he did the right thing, right? Yeah. He went through the process. He got his paperwork. He did everything right. And guess what? He loved this place. You know, this place has given so much, not only giving my career back, but gave me a family and gave me a sense of, I feel proud being American now. Absolutely. He's in the process of getting his citizenship right now. And from people coming from the outside the United States, coming from the third world country, when we come here, you have so many dreams in your mind. And now everything's falling apart, right? So it is very sad. And my wife is telling me, babe, I came here with so many dreams, freedom and all that, and prosperity. And then guess what we have here? We're becoming a third world country, you know?
Heading that way if this keeps up.
And we have to stop this.
Remember, guys, Rome fell. Again, Rome fell. And I've said this before. Look at the U.S. Look what's going on. Do you know how many things happen in New York? There were 3 shootings in New York today. Okay, so one guy's walking down the street, just a postman, walking down the street. A motorcycle drops right there on the side of the street, jumps off the bike and starts beating the heck out of this guy, punching this guy for no reason at all, in the middle of broad daylight. That was one. Number 2, woman's walking down the street. Guess what? It's out there. Guy jumps on her from behind in the middle of broad daylight and basically puts his hands in places he shouldn't have. And this has got to stop. And guess what? That is a Democratic-run city, a Democratic-run government by the Democrats. And they want to take away guns. And look at New York. They're not allowed to have guns in New York. You can't protect your family and all. Now, I'm not saying we want the Wild West out here. We don't. It shouldn't be the case at all. But let me tell you, they're trying to take guns away. We've heard about that. Charlton Heston said it. You'll have to pry that gun out of my cold, dead hands because that's what's going to happen before I let my guns go to protect my family.
And we have a Second Amendment because they knew this could happen.
Correct.
They knew this. Everything is very well thought in advance. And they knew this could happen. That's why the Second Amendment is right there. In third world countries, especially countries that have socialism, Venezuela, guess what? No guns. They're removing all the guns. For example, in Peru, no guns. Argentina, no guns. In Chile, no guns, right? So all those countries that have a background in socialism, I'm sorry for my accent. You can make fun of it. It's fine.
No, I'm fine. I don't make fun of accents. Not really. Not unless you talk like Ahmed.
I do.
Not unless you talk like Ahmed the terrorist or something.
I have to practice that, though. Okay? So, come on, people. Just think about this. Every state that is Democratic run is in ruins. How difficult is to see that, right?
Yeah. And you were just in Florida. How'd you feel in Florida?
Awesome.
You were just telling us about this.
People look happy. When you go to the stores, probably 1 out of 10 wears a mask, right? Everything is booming. I was near Tampa, Wesley Chapel, and you see many new houses construction. You see many semi trucks driving around, a lot of traffic, a lot of movement, and you see people happy and everything is booming, right?
And American flags everywhere.
Exactly. And you feel people proud, and you see flags all over in the houses, in businesses. Businesses, they have flags,
Correct.
And it says a lot, right? The great job he's been doing, right?
Yeah.
Come on, guys, wake up. We need to save America, and we still have time. But everything is that we need to be conscious of what's going on. You have to go back to history. It's very important going back to history and see everything that happens in the past in socialist country, that it is happening right here. Every single agenda. It's a book, pretty much. They do everything by the book, right?
Correct.
Come on, people. It is time. Wake up. Wake up for this.
Yeah, and I know a lot of you on the left are going to sit here and go, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Let me explain something to you. You sitting in there in your little world in New York, little houses, all that in New York, in your little basements and all that, hiding from everything. And also trying to collect all that unemployment money they're still handing out.
Go to work, people. Go to work.
Yeah, exactly. Go to work, because I'll tell you what, I stopped off, like I said this in one of my podcasts last night. Stopped at a restaurant. It's a restaurant that's always open. It closes usually at 10 o'clock at night. I couldn't even get in there because the sign said, sorry, we're short of staff. It's going on all over the country right now, because guess what? Sleepy Joe up there is not getting his job done right. And he's bragging about everybody, all these jobs coming. People are going back to work. Some of them, that's why the numbers are starting to change. It's a fact. It's going to happen. We were in a pandemic. And, that whole thing was just a nightmare. But anyway, so go on. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
And going back to that, and they use the pandemic that we still have, very political. We understand that you have to be careful out there, and I get it. We understand that, but it's become too political, right? And especially in those Democrat-run states, California, New York, etc., and they're bankrupting that economy.
People are leaving. They're leaving New York and they're going to Texas. I heard about it last night. Matter of fact, Trump and them were talking about it last night. A lot of people from California and New York are going to Texas. Guess what? They're going to start changing. They're going to say, you know what? We're going to join the Republican Party because we're tired of what's going on with the Democrat Party. And that's being done. It's happening.
And look at the license plates here, especially in North Carolina as well. All you see is California, New York, Philadelphia.
Although we got a governor we're not happy about, but that's another story.
Yeah, that we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we won't talk about him. So,
but you're in the list, okay? So you're next.
Yeah, you're gonna go bye. We're gonna vote you out next.
Yeah,
you'll be voted out eventually here. So I don't even know how I got in this time, but that's another story. So anyway, we'll all deal with it for the next couple years, and that's it. But anyway, what else do you have to say about it?
So Florida, I miss Florida now.
It's my home state, guys.
It is my home state as well.
Yay! My home state.
Every Latino that comes here comes first to the door of America, and what it is, Miami, right? So, and I feel like home those few days I spent in Florida, and I miss it a little bit. I prefer here, We're not going to get into reasons why, but my wife understands why.
Too hot down there for me.
And too humid. Way too humid. But other than that, it's a booming state, guys. And it's going to get even crowder. All you see license plates, and I always pay attention to that, especially here and in Florida. It's California, New York, and Philadelphia. That's all you see, right? And I don't blame them,
Yeah.
And you know what? Many of those people coming here, they're turning Republican now.
Yeah, and because jobs are being lost in all these states and cities up there, and from California. Look at California. They got so many homeless people on the streets. They got a terrible governor there. He just doesn't know what he's doing. There's all kinds of issues with him right now. Oh, and look at the governor in Chicago. Well, she's actually, we know. Look, she's only going to deal with people that are black reporters, she said.
But she's married to a white person, right? A white lady, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so. Sorry, my watch is doing some crazy stuff here.
Really?
I don't know. It's detecting time to shave your beard. Oh, no.
I'm leaving, guys. I gotta go.
No, it's just going crazy. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's starting to text and get on here on live, I guess, and on this.
Who is that
site,
guy
so.
that you have right there interviewing? I guess, right?
You what?
Who is that guy with you? I guess they're asking, right? Testing you.
Wait a minute. Ahmed the terrorist. No. We're surrounding the house. No.
Somebody's knocking the door right now.
Oh, that's what's going on. My chime doorbell's going off. No, anyway, go on.
No. It's your turn.
No, anyway, guys, I just wanted to go ahead and talk about this because this is very serious stuff. Look, I know a lot of you said, well, you've never been overseas. I've been, out of the country and stuff, but I've never been to Europe. No, I haven't been myself. I've been to Mexico. Yes, I've been to Mexico. I've seen the border down there. Yes, I actually went through El Paso to get to the border, which was not in El Paso exactly. So that's another story. It's not. So, Harris, you've been told you were so far away from do your job and get down there. Oh, Trump was there yesterday. Yes, he was at the Rio Grande. Yes, all that stuff came out. And absolutely. The reason why the left's pulling all this stuff out right now, the attorneys, doing this with the Trump organization with taxes and all tax fraud, which is not the case. They're going to prove it wrong like Russia was proven wrong. Some of you going there, well, that's not the case. Russia was still... No. Guess who's getting along with Russia right now? Oh, yes, Biden. Guess what he did? Absolutely. He pulled sanctions off their oil pipe right now, and guess who's going to be making oil? Them. We're not. And we do it cleaner and better. It doesn't change the world with pollution, guys.
So let me see if I get this. He closed ours and then buying it
from
Russia.
He stopped them building on pipeline here going up to Canada. And that's the problem. And then we had sanctions on there when Trump was there. And he pulled the sanctions off Russia, so Russia has now got all that oil going through. Now, for all you climate changers out there, hello, who burns cleaner, the U.S. or Russia? Russia doesn't burn clean. And guess what? I've said it before. The globe is round, almost round. I know you guys are going to say, well, it's not round. Okay, whatever.
Okay, almost.
It's close for you crazy people that are going to come up with some theory here.
It's not flat, by the way.
No, I knew somebody thought it was years ago. That's true. He did. But I can't believe he did, but he did. But anyway, pollution goes around. It doesn't stay in one spot. Okay? The ozone, you talk about that. Yes, okay. So if that's the case, then why wouldn't you want it done here? And then gas prices would be cheaper. Yes, gas prices are going up. Yeah, we've seen it. I've seen them go down a tad bit at a few places, just a little bit, but they're going to be going back up here real soon.
What about food, Brian? About 10% up.
Absolutely.
And keep going up.
Oh, yeah. Inflation's going off the roof right now. And you know what? People are going to say it. I've already heard this from the left already. You know what? They give in so easy. Well, we got to pay our taxes because taxes are going to go up. What do you mean we got to pay? We've always been paying taxes. So getting into that, why do they need to go up? You're sitting here going, well, taxes are going up. They're going to go up so high, it's going to be ridiculous.
They love paying high taxes, by the way.
I know. I don't even know if... I'm telling you, some of the left, some of the people out there don't even know how to do math. I'm telling you. It's absolutely crazy. They'll just look at their check and go, my check's a little lower. What's going on here? Oh, I don't know. Maybe I didn't...
Do you see any difference after getting extra tax? No.
Yeah, no. But we will. There's going to be a lot going on out here because this free money isn't free, guys.
No, it's going to cost us a lot of trouble. No money, a lot of trouble. We're pretty much bankrupt right now.
Yeah, it was good for COVID. I'll say it with that. It was good when last year it was there to help. Trump and all them got this involved and started this. And I agree. It was something to start and it was a good process. We got into a virus none of us knew anything about. I'll be honest, when it first came out, I was terrified at first. I was scared.
Me too. Why not?
Because none of us knew anything about it. And yes, we know it came out of China. There's whole theories of lab and everything else. Now, I told you guys that I'll say it. I believe that it came out of a lab. I'm going to say it. I'm not saying it was put out purposely, but I'm saying it got out of a lab. I'm going to finally say it because I'm seeing a lot of evidence and stuff out there. This virus is weird. Now we got the Delta one out there. It's starting to spread. So it's going to be what it is. We're going to just deal with it, and we're going to have to deal with it the rest of our lives. Guys, again, I gotta say, why are you wearing masks in a car? Give me a break.
Driving by yourself with 2 masks. Come
Two
on,
masks,
people.
gloves, everything else in the car. It's not going to fly through the air and get you. It's not like dive bombing. Oh, there's a car and there's a mask down there. Oh, they don't have a mask. I should say on the car. Okay, let's go.
Because
it doesn't work that way.
The way that the Democrats, they work is terrorizing people, you know? And when someone is so terrorized, they don't think.
Correct.
Just go 2, 3 max and just drive by yourself in your vehicle. Come on, people. Just a little common sense.
And that's what this show's about. Just common sense. I'm telling you. Seriously, guys, don't wear a mask in the car. Be comfortable. Get that breathe air. Enjoy yourselves. Just enjoy life. You can't. Trump said it last year. And everybody, when Trump said this, he basically went into the virus and said, don't fear the virus. What? And everybody, the left went after him next day. He said, oh, it was the worst thing in the world. Trump's saying the virus isn't that bad and all that. No, what Trump was saying is don't let the virus run your life.
Exactly.
Be aware of the virus that's out there, but don't let it run your life. Guys, you are wearing masks in cars and doing all that. Don't do that. Enjoy yourselves. Just relax. It's not going to come after you. Now, if you're more comfortable wearing it in stores and stuff, that is your choice.
Exactly.
And there's not a problem with that. And if you want to wear it in a car, it's your choice. I'm going to say it. But again, don't let the virus run your life. Just be cautious of it. Again, very important stuff, because if you are stressed and you're that worried about the virus, it's going to bring your immune system down.
Exactly.
And then you will get the virus. Anxiety and nervousness can do a lot of damage to a body. Trust me.
Hey, by the way, Brian, do you see the left talking about your immune system, especially in those mass news media, which I'm not going to mention? Do they think about they talk about the your immune system? They don't talk about it.
About what now?
Your immune system. They don't talk about having.
The immune system.
They don't talk about anything about that.
Yeah,
right?
They're talking about the. There's out there. So if you get this virus, which a lot of people have. They're now saying that you're immune to the virus. They're coming out with that more and more, showing that. Now, is the immunity stronger than the vaccine? That's the one thing they're looking at. They believe it's going to be. They see that, and the herd immunity starting to get there. They talked about that. So this is something that's very interesting to see. Now we've got the Delta out there that's spreading. That's fine. We don't say it's fine because we don't like it, but let's just say this. It's going to be out there. We're going to have to live and deal with it. Now, the people that have had the vaccines, they say it may help, but then we go back to what we just talked about here. If you get, you can build up an immunity to this stuff too. Yes, people have died. I'm going to say it, but let's go into this. I'm going to go into this myself a little bit, and I know I'm going to get people yelling at me and everything else. Look, I've talked to plenty of doctors and nurses myself.
By the way, my wife is a physician. My dad is a physician. So we have long conversations about this as well. I'm not going to get into it, especially I'm not a physician, right? You can go into it, but we have long conversations, and Brian's going to bring out a good point here.
Yeah, I'm going to bring this out. So I've talked to a lot of these people, and they can't talk on camera and stuff, but don't go after me on this, but I'm saying I have seen people, for example, I've heard about it, I've seen it, get cancer, all of a sudden, clear of cancer for like 3 or 4, or no, I'm sorry, let me repeat that. Had cancer, die of cancer, but they got COVID and all of a sudden showed negative. 3 months after that, they died of cancer and heart and things like that. I've heard of this. But again, they still mark it as COVID because the hospitals are getting paid out of this. That is exactly right. And a lot of us have heard this. This is a fact. I've talked to doctors and nurses about it, and they say this all the time. I've talked to a lot of them too, and they say the mask. Let's think about this, guys. Seriously. Do you think these masks are 100%? No, they're not. These masks, when you're wearing them, they're open on top. They're open to the sides. A lot of people wear them like, with those people hanging their pants halfway down, wearing a mask halfway down. It looks stupid. Come on, seriously. If you're going to wear a mask, N95 is probably the better one to wear if you feel more comfortable with that. But come on. Again, I'm going to get attacked on this. I know, because Fauci, which we're finding a lot of evidence with him and Wuhan, what's going on. We'll see more evidence about that later. But not seeing Fauci as much anymore, are we?
No, we are not.
No, we're not. There's a reason why.
And this is what I do recommend people, okay? Yes, they are scientists, I get it, but you can do your own investigation as well, right?
Correct.
So don't depend so much on the government to tell you what to do or know what to do.
Yeah,
Like,
and I'm not one to say not to get the vaccine. No, by all means, get the vaccine.
That's your
fine.
decision.
Your decision, whatever you want to do. We're America. But I'm just saying that I don't want to see this thing run politically. It is a very dangerous virus. Yes, it's killed millions of people. We will say that. So is the flu and other things. Okay? So just keep that in mind, and then we'll go on. So anything else you want to say about what's going on?
So about the mask,
Okay.
So like I mentioned, my wife is a physician, my dad is a physician, and my best friend from high school is a physician as well. So I asked them about the mask, and I don't want to go into deep into it, but they say if you want to be protected against a virus, you got to have the whole suit. I don't remember exactly the name of the suit, but you got to wear the whole suit.
Right. Well, we see them wear that when they're in these big labs like that. They have the whole suit.
That's my point.
Suit.
And not only that, when you have the mask, and guess what? You don't have anything in your hands, but you have gloves. Let me see you have the gloves, and then you touch your mask and lower it.
Yeah.
You've already been touching everything around with your gloves.
Exactly.
Come on, people. Just a little common sense. Once again, that's your decision. If somebody's elderly and you're afraid that you might contaminate that person, okay, we respect that.
Yeah, I'm all for wearing it around the elderly
Me
and things
too.
just to protect them because their immune system's down. I agree with that. Elderly, definitely. I'll say that when you go to nursing homes, hospitals, I get it.
But
that part's fine.
It is just about common sense. If you want to wear it, I will respect that. I'm not gonna tell you,
correct.
Oh, you shouldn't do it. No, because guess what? We're in America.
Yeah,
right.
Do what's comfortable for you, and that's the main thing. But again, we see Florida right now not wearing any masks. They haven't done it for months and months and months, and the virus is not going crazy down there.
They are 27 in the list right now, so they are doing great. And not only that, hey, by the way, I want to bring this up about Florida. Guess what? The unemployment is 4.2.
Yeah.
When the Obamas left, I mean, Obama and Biden left, it was a 7.5, 7.6. So even with the pandemic, it's almost half.
You want to see the left go crazy right now?
Bring it on.
Guys, 2024, Trump. Guess who's going to be the vice president? The governor of Florida. Yes. Oh, man, they just went crazy. Yes. They're going, whoa, we never thought of that before. And guess what? Trump would have 4 years, and guess what? The governor would come in, and he would have another 8.
Great.
That would be awesome.
It will happen.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. Trump's probably going to go, wait a minute, that's a good idea. And they're good friends down there because you know what? They know what's going on down there. I mean, they're good friends. They are doing everything right. Look, I listened to Trump last night. You know, I've never been a fan of him personally, his politics and everything, his political side. But when I actually heard him last night speak, and he was speaking softly and all this, he was just talking normal. You know what? I'm going to say it. I actually respect him. I actually thought he was a great guy now. Maybe age has something to do with it. We all change over time. Yeah, I know he's had a wild life when he was
right. He lost some weight too.
He did, and you know, we all had craziness when we were younger. We all did stupid stuff, okay? And I mean, he's done stupid stuff when he was younger. I mean, it's a part of growing up and being human. And guys, if you're out there saying, "Well, I didn't do that," bull. Everybody did stupid stuff when they were. We're learning until the day we die, and that's the way I look at it. And I do believe in term limits. I'm going to bring that up because you know what? I've said it before. I brought it up earlier. Term limits definitely need to be out there. Like I said the Senate and House up in D.C. and, of course, states as well. You know, especially up in D.C., you need to have 12 years. 12 years. Supreme Court, guess what? I think 15, maybe 20 years max. Not lifetime. Not lifetime at all. This needs to be changed. You know what? It needs to be changed and voted on by the American people of this country. That's exactly who needs to vote on this. Not them. Oh, by the way, they just gave themselves a pay raise, I heard the House did up there. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Why we're in the middle of all this stuff going on, they give themselves a pay raise.
And especially doing such a great work, right?
Yeah, great work, all right. All they're doing is complaining and trying to get and spending lots of money and everything else. It's gotten ridiculous. I don't know. I just see the left throwing money out, and it doesn't even exist. It's gotten crazy. Yes, I'm attacking the left quite a bit tonight because I've seen so much the last few days of what they're doing. It's gotten absolutely crazy. They're trying to defund the police again. Where was that? Over in some city in California. I heard about today. So they're doing that as well. That's going on. How crazy is this? How absolutely crazy is this? So I don't know.
You want to hear something funny? I was a lefty.
Yeah.
Back in the days. Yes, I was, especially when you're in your 20s, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Especially when you go to college and all that. That's what they teach you, just to think like a radical, right? But then I saw the truth, especially when Trump came to power in 2018, and everything changed. I noticed how such a great work he was doing. I was very naive, kind of lefty kind of thing, kind of hippie back in the days. I get it. We all go through that, right?
You were a left before Trump, even just before Trump.
Yeah. Believe it or not, you might sure things change, and I was kind of like a hippie kind of thing before. I have some hair and no beard, But okay, guys, I gotta get going. What's And by the way, the best 3 years that this country had ever have, 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
The best 2 years. Everything was booming, Brian.
Yeah.
Booming. Especially, and you know the funny thing is, even though he has all these Democrats, in the Senate and everyone against him, everything he fight for us, and everything was so good back in 2018, 2019.
They went after him with everything they
got.
They still try to this day. And the reason why they're trying is because they're afraid of him running in 2024. He already said last night, they asked him, Hannity asked him last night, they go, do you know what you're going to do? And he said, yes. He knows what he's going to do. And keep in mind, only a couple weeks ago, he said, good news is coming. That's it. So you know what's getting ready to happen here.
The panic is real,
They
people.
are panicking like crazy. That's why all this is going on right now. They're going to continue going after him. You know what? Republicans, I'm going to say it. We've got weak Republicans out there, and I'm saying just in general for people in the population out there too, just average people. You know what? Vote. Do the right thing. Vote. This is the way we fight back. You got to vote. You got to win 20. Yep. We got to win 2022, get the House, get the Senate. That's exactly what's got to be done here. And I mean, don't be weak. We already know Mitt Romney. I've called him a wolf in sheep's clothing. So that's another one. And then Cheney, was it Cheney? Liz Cheney? She's another nightmare. I mean, and Trump was rooting for her at one time. She just stabbed him in the back and everything else. She is not she already lost her stuff in the Senate anyway. But look, I heard today. What was it I was hearing today? There was something going on. Omar, I forget that lady. What's the House representative? Omar something or another.
Oh yes,
they're going after her because she was sitting there saying that the U.S. and Israel. Again, the U.S. and Israel basically terrorist groups. She said that.
Wow.
And they went after Nancy Pelosi to say, are you going to handle this or what? And Pelosi is dodging the questions, not trying to do her job to handle this. Wow. She needs to go. She needs to get out of there. You know what? She needs to go. And I saw they went after Green today, by the way, the left did. You know what? Because Green sat there and called the left communist. Well, guess what? Socialism and communism, what is it? You tell us.
It's
the same.
It's the same.
Almost.
How you go to communist, you start with socialist first.
Correct.
And then because that's how you brainwash people, right?
Yes. It's called conditioning. I've said it on this show many times.
And you start then when they are very young, and that's how it works. That's how it's so difficult now to break that in Cuba. Because mentally speaking, they're so used to it that it will be just a miracle for them just to wake up to the reality. By the way, I want to say this. All this is happening right now. I'm trying to bring socialists. You know what? It's backfired to many people because there is a great awakening right now in America.
That's correct.
And people are turning more into God. I don't want to get very spiritual here. That's not what I want to bring. But it's a great awakening of the reality and the truth what is happening, and it's bringing people together. Just right before the election on my Facebook, so many Democrats, and good people, because some of them, they're great people,
Absolutely. I say that.
They just bought into the propaganda of the mass media, and now they're so quiet, Brian. Where are they, by the way?
Yeah, I know, and they are, and I'm seeing. And it's funny. I've seen some.
I'm laughing, but it's not funny.
I've seen some. This is what's funny. I've actually seen some of my friends who are Democrats. All of a sudden, I see Republican now on their stuff.
Some of them have become already Republican, and others they don't even reply back to me. They don't post anything because they can see now that they lied to them.
Well, and I've lost a few friends on the left. You know what? There's some friends that are radical on the left. If I'm going to lose some friends, bye-bye. I don't care.
And family members, that's politics, but family come first. Come on, people.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't lose a friend just by my ideology about something. Friendship and family come first. And that's what they bring to the table, the Democrats. The leaders, Democrat leaders. It's just bringing, it's family coming apart.
It is. It is truly. And
come on, people.
I mean, it's just common sense, guys, and you need to research this stuff yourself. You need to go ahead, take a look, figure out what's going on out there, and do the right thing. Just research it yourself. Quit listening to the fake media. By the way, you didn't say it. I'll say one of them. I listened to a couple of them today. CNN. You know what that stands for? Cartoon News Network.
Indeed.
That's exactly what I came up with.
Cartel News Network.
No, I can't do that now.
My bad.
No, not that. I don't see that there. But it is definitely the Cartoon News Network. That's exactly what's going on there. I'm
disappointed by Fox, too.
There's a few things on Fox, They were getting banned there for a while. They are starting to get a little bit better on some things. Now, again, my friends go, you listen to Fox all the time. No, I actually don't. I listen to other news sources. I do some research myself on some things, and I do some reading on things. I look at some stuff on the internet, but again, don't believe everything you see on the internet. People can put anything on there. I don't like I said, I love to read conspiracy theories. They're so cool to listen to them. People make them up. But again, until I have proof, I will not believe in a conspiracy theory. It's an idea. It's a possibility. But again, I just want to say that. So go ahead. You had a question?
No, I'm brainstorming right now. I got a few things to say, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're on. Go.
No,
it's all about you tonight. I'm on every night.
Going back to the 1930s and 40s and the propaganda, especially in the 30s, the propaganda that the Nazi Germany did, everything was with the mass media. You know? Because if you have control the mass media is owned by, I believe, 4 or 5 companies only, right? So that's what I believe, and that's how you take control, people. It's just mass propaganda. So like you're saying, just do your own research. Yeah, there is a lot of false information on the internet. I get it, but there's a lot of truth as well. Get your own conclusions. Don't let no one to tell you what to believe. You have to go and dig deep into it, right? And that's what I do, Brian. Talking about conspiracy, we're not going to talk about conspiracy, but the whole point here is do your own research. Don't depend no one, not the government, not a friend, to tell you what to believe. And that's the problem with mass media. People are so naive, and that's why I say the left, there are good people on the left because they're very naive.
Oh yeah,
I was very naive as well, believing all that.
Well, and I got to say this real quick. I saw you up there swatting like this. Do you have got bugs in your beard or something?
No,
he's got bugs in his beard coming out. He's got things living in there now.
Yeah, I'm very sweet, people.
I'm
that's
telling
why
you, I can go ahead and cut that right off. What's this bug on my?
They want to participate as well.
Here,
no, come on.
Wait a minute. Oh, hey, hold on. They're holding American flags. I see them. All right, keep the beard then. No, go ahead. You were sorry.
Just like I was saying, guys, don't depend so much in the government. That's the problem with the left. They want to depend even to breathe from the government. Someday, if this continues, you're gonna get taxed for breathing. You're gonna get taxed for walking. Come on, people. Let's stop the dependency from the government and let's unite as people, right? And big government, they don't work. And if we go back to history once again, because I bring history a lot into this, because all this happening here right now in America happened in many other countries, right? So I do recommend to go back to the Nazi Germany and read about that. Okay, what happened in Poland? Just go and read about history in Argentina, in Spain, Italy, even the Dominican Republic. What happened there in Cuba, in Venezuela? Is everything that is happening right here happens in Venezuela. Everything started in 1998 in Venezuela, right? And they impeached the president, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how they got into power.
Yeah, I know.
Through impeaching the president. And Venezuela was booming people in the 90s. It was so good, Venezuela, in the 90s, that in the Dominican Republic, when we were deciding where to go, it's either going to the States or going to Venezuela. That great Venezuela was, right? And they trying to bring all these new ideas to the States now.
Did they have a wall? Did you say something about a wall?
Yes, they used to have a nice wall between then and Suriname and Colombia.
A beautiful wall, big wall. No, I'm kidding.
But by the way, in the Dominican Republic, they have such a nice wall. And you know what happened back in I believe it was in the 30s this happened. Trujillo, which was the dictatorship, he was a dictatorship. He did bad things, but we're talking about the good things. When they were having the dispute about the how many acres you're gonna have, he was like, okay, take whatever you want, okay, but I'm gonna build a big wall. Brian, it worked.
Yeah,
it worked. The economy was booming, and not only the Dominican economy was booming, Haiti as well.
Yeah,
because people stay there. People have no other choice to stay there and work hard.
Yeah.
You know, and bring the country up, right?
Yeah.
So after the United States invasion, that they tried, but they felt, yeah, we're strong, Brian. So, but everything went just downhill, people. The economy, everything crashed. And by the way, the Libertarian Party was there for 20 years or so, and they were supported by the Democrats.
Yeah.
You know? And there was a big cartel there for many, many, many years. It's still there. And guess who support that? Guess who been there for many, many times? George Soros, a couple times. Mm-hmm. The Clintons, they have houses there.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, people. Just do a little research and you will find the truth, okay?
Yeah, and I'm going to say, he was talking about libertarians. I've actually know a couple. It's a little different here in the States. I actually know a couple libertarians. I may not agree with everything they're saying, but I actually know a few right now, and they lean more towards the right here in the U.S. than the left.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that they actually view towards the right. Now, I know one right now, or a couple, actually I know two, that actually despise Biden and his policies and what's going on up there. Just got a bug up here, too. Get back over there, bug. Anyway.
Hold on a second.
You're going to grow that beard too long.
I have a mess here.
I got to go back to this. He's going to get me cracking up here. So anyway, you got me off track. So, guys, just like he said, do your own research, figure things out. Anything else you want to say tonight?
Just thank you for having me here. I believe it's not going to be the first and the last. It is the first, but not the last. I'm sorry. I want to come here again. And you're trying to invite who on next?
Actually, it's one of the guys. He's actually gearing up to run here in North Carolina. Right. So we'll talk about him later until I get him on the show. But he said he's going to come on eventually. He was going to come on and go with you at the same time, but he's actually campaigning out there for a grassroots movement. Really good guy, and that's going on right now across the country. Guys, we got a big grassroots movement going on. Let's support these guys, like I always say. Now, again, there's a lot going on out there with the defunding the police, and you can't do that. You cannot do that at all. The police, when I was growing up, first thing my parents taught me, and my dad, we know he was a police officer, but first thing they taught me was, if you see any problems, run right over to a police officer. They'll help you out. They will help you out. So I want to say it. I've seen a few things out there. We say there's some bad police officers. There are a few bad seeds in every crowd. There's a few bad people everywhere you work with and stuff. Not in my job. I mean, everybody's okay. But what I was going to say is, when you look at it, you're going to see that. But the news media will take that, they'll hype that up. One police officer doing something wrong, they hype that up and make it all over the news like it's the worst thing in the world. And, it's a very bad thing when they do that. But have they actually brought up how many police officers have been shot? How many police officers have been shot?
Look what happened in Florida,
Lots.
I believe, last week, right?
Yes, there was a police officer got shot in Florida. Got shot right in the head, by the way, and that's bad. Well, no, did he get shot? No. He did not get shot. There might have been one that got shot, I remember. But there was one guy got out of the car and started, that's where I apologize about that. See, I'm not perfect or anything. But started to shoot at the police officer. Police officer dodged.
I saw the video.
Yeah, he dodged, and he was going to shoot him in the head, but that didn't happen. Thank you for our law enforcement out there, everything they do.
Thank you for your work, guys.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you so much.
risk their lives. Think about this. As a police officer, if you're a police officer, your spouse, and I know this is going to be a very tough thing to say for a spouse out there, but a lot of you see your husbands or wives walking out the door in uniform, and you know what? You're sitting here going, please protect them, God. Please keep them safe today, because they know what's going on out there right now in the world. They see it. They see it, especially in places like New York, Chicago, California.
They are resigning
a lot
in
of these
mass,
places.
Brian.
Huh?
Who want to be a cop in New York, in the Bronx? Who wants to be a cop?
Well, I brought that up in one of my shows a while back ago, that actually they're not signing up to be police. There's not as many people signing up to be police officers right now. It's dropping because of they're being attacked. We've seen videos of these people standing out there yelling right in the police officer's face, and the cops can't do anything about it because their mayors and governors, especially in the Democratic cities and states, won't let them do anything. They can't do their job. Their hands are tied. And yet, my Father's Day, if someone got in your face like that, you had the right to subdue them, handcuff them, and put them in jail if they were in your face like that. That is invading your space, and that is wrong, and you can't do that.
Exactly.
I mean, I talk about freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is great, but it comes with morals, respects, and ethics.
Exactly.
And that's why I say, look, I'm going to even go back at it. I'm going to say, you've seen kids where they're at the Black Lives Matter movements, and I see kids out there holding signs with the F word on it. Their ignorant parents put this in their hand, and the kids don't even know what they're holding. This is just trash that does this. People that do that with their children are garbage, and I'm going to say it. You definitely you shouldn't have a child. It's a bad thing. And I'm going to go back at it on the right, too. I've seen this. Right now, I'm seeing flags out there occasionally. I've seen a few of them with the word F Biden. Come on, guys.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
You are belittling yourself by doing that. I know we're angry, some of us. Sure, I'm angry at things, too. But you don't do that. We're better than that. If you start doing that, you're getting just as bad as the radical left.
Exactly.
So don't do that.
That's being radical. That's being radical.
It is. Get rid of those signs. If you got those flags out there that say that, you know what? Cross over it. Just get rid of it. Put paint on it. Get rid of it. Get a new flag. It's okay to say Biden's not my president. Things like that. That's fine. You have the right to freedom of speech. But again, if you guys aren't doing this with respect to morals, you need to go look at yourself in the mirror and look at your children, because your children are seeing you do that with those flags on the back of the car.
Exactly.
So I've always said on this show, I will attack the right when they're not doing the right thing.
Exactly.
And that is not right. And that is wrong. So again, think about this. It's just common sense. And that's what it is. Guys, we're all people. We're all Americans on the right, on the left. And everybody's getting riled up. And yes, I'm riled up because I see a lot of what's going on in D.C., especially right now. So it's been a long segment tonight. We actually had a long show here.
Did we? For me, we've been here for like 10 minutes.
Really?
How long it's been?
Oh, we can go for another 5 hours.
I don't mind. Let's do it.
Although my listeners will go to sleep on me at this point. So this is going to be out there on podcast too, huh?
4th of July is coming. Please celebrate. We have to celebrate. I know how you feel, but it's time to celebrate and to fight. And to show people that we care about this nation, that we care about the people, not only the right, the left, and everyone. And another thing, we love immigrants because I'm one. You are one somehow, are you, right?
I'm Scottish descent.
There you go.
I'm German. I'm Irish. So guys, yes. If you go into the picture out there on my website, yes, I have a kilt on. Yes, I do go by my roots. I have fun with that. My wife and I definitely go to the Highland games because we're human. We have fun. Nothing wrong with that. Definitely don't call it a skirt. I know what you guys are going to say on the left. He's wearing a skirt. No, it's not a skirt.
It's not.
It's only a skirt.
Can you imagine myself with
It's only a skirt if you never.
Anyways, 4th of July is
What are you
coming.
wearing under that
Celebrate,
kilt? No. 4th of July, definitely. Yes, maybe I should get a kilt with red, white, and blue on it.
Let's do it.
Oh, you're going to do it too? You said let's do it. You're going to get one?
Do it. Let's do it. I do it.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, right. No, guys, definitely go out there, put those American flags on your house. If your homeowners association doesn't allow it, tell them where to go in a nice way. Remember, this is about respect, but put those flags out there. Don't listen to them on that. My homeowners association says that. Guess what? I have 3 American flags sitting on my house right now, and they've been there for months, and they're going to stay there and stay there and stay there because I will not pull those flags down unless we have a hurricane or something come through here. We've had them before. But again, put those flags up. Be proud of 4th of July. Be proud of the Independence Day. Go out there and research it, guys, because it's not about hamburgers and hot dogs. It is going to be about celebrating with hamburgers and hot dogs and fireworks. Keep that in mind. Definitely do that peacefully. Don't get in fights with anybody. Don't bully anybody. You know, I've said that before.
4th of July is not time to argue.
Huh?
It's not time to argue the 4th of July, you know?
No arguments unless they try to tear that American flag out of your hand and they try to stomp on it, then go at it. By calling the police. I didn't say that on the air. Call your law enforcement and get them out there and do the right thing. Definitely get the law enforcement involved. But the law enforcement will say right away, we can't do anything about that, but you just realize, videotape these guys. Send it to go ahead and send it to my website. I'll post it all over the place. We'll get it out there and put their faces out there and see how stupid they look. But anything else you want to talk about tonight?
I'm good for tonight, and I'm looking forward for the next time, man.
Without the beard, I'm going to work on it.
No, it's not happening, guys. It's going to be longer, I promise you.
Hey, you know what? If it comes down to it, remember, my wife's a hairstylist. She can go ahead and braid this thing like a Viking. That'll be the next thing.
I can do that, yes. You want me to do that next time?
Yeah, if it gets too long, what we're going to do is we're going to take the beard, braid it, tie it around his head in a knot that's going to go
I can
up
do
like
the Viking thing, you know, and do the, how you say, the little things here that they tie down. I can do that. Yeah. Next time I will do it. Well, my beard doesn't look Viking because they have.
I've seen him without the beard. It just gave him like 30 years older with the beard.
No, 32. 28.
Yeah, huh?
I have a baby face, guys. Yeah, I do.
28 years old?
Yeah. Just add 13 to that.
All right, guys, let's celebrate this 4th of July. Yes, we are going to celebrate this. Yeah! It's going to be a lot of fun coming up this weekend. Let's go ahead. We're going to celebrate it safely. Guys, as always, do not drink and drive. Definitely do not drink and drive. Do not do drugs. I'm always going to say that one too because I don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. I know some of you out there going, well, marijuana is legal. Oh, guess what? Conan.
Exactly.
You remember Conan with the red hair?
No.
The comedian.
Oh, yeah.
I got to bring this up for you in the show. He was smoking pot on his last show.
No.
Very disrespectful.
No,
I'm going to say it.
No.
Conan, I used to look up and like what you said. Guess what? You are just, I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah. I am so disappointed in you right now with what you did there. That's the Conan. Very disappointed because kids can see that. Look, if you want to, now it's just one step. First, you got alcohol, then you're going to mix pot, and then you're going to mix pot and alcohol together. Now,
awful combination.
Again,
awful combination.
Yeah, well, again, are they going to tax this stuff? Yeah, they're taxing the marijuana and stuff like that. That's the only good part about it. But, I mean, my point is, what's the next drug going to be? I heard somebody a while back ago say, hey, let's legalize this drug. This was many years ago. Person wanted us to legalize some other hardcore drugs. He said, if people want to do that, they can do that. And I'm like, oh, that's all we need, more people driving on the road. Oh, and I was driving today, by the way, on the interstate, and I was doing 70. We have 70 mile an hour on the road out here. I had two cars racing past me. One almost hit me. That car was doing well over 100. Almost hit the front of my car. Scared the heck out of me. I actually got my dash cam. I'm probably going to go ahead and send it over to one of my friends that's a police officer to let him take a look at, see if he can do anything about it. It's got their tag.
Do you have a dash cam on your vehicle?
I have it on front and back of my vehicle, by the way. It records everything constantly.
You know what it pissed me off really bad is those kids racing, and something happens. Could be a minivan full of a whole family of 5 could die.
Absolutely.
Come on, guys. Don't do stupid things like that. I get it. Back in the days in my 20s, I used to. I had my sport car, I get it. But don't do reckless things like that.
Yeah, and we did stupid stuff too. I mean, kids are going to do it. And I'm sure they were kids, but again, just don't do it. Look, I remember being in Tampa, Florida one night, and I'll say it, this goes back in my crazy days. I wasn't driving, by the way. I was with some friends, and we were going down Tampa in the one-way street, the wrong way, doing like 70 miles an hour.
Okay.
70. I didn't say that. 70. And it was like a 50. Anyway, I didn't say that. You guys didn't get me on camera, did you? Uh-oh. Now it's going to be all over the place. I'm going to see this. He broke the law. No, I was like maybe 16 years old when that happened. I'm just guessing. So I was a minor. So there.
You're good.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, all right, guys, we're going to end the show tonight. I actually want to thank you, Jose, for coming out here. Appreciate it. We'll have you back again. Jerry Dangler, you remember him? He'll be coming back again soon. We're going to have some other people on the show. I've talked about an environmentalist. I'm trying to reach out to her, and I haven't heard back from her boyfriend. They are going to get over here eventually, I guess, because they're in South America right now, and it's kind of hard to reach them right now until they get back. But anyway, we're going to have a lot going on. We'll be talking more this week. Guys, I'm going to probably put something out there on the 4th, so we'll see you then. I will probably be back on YouTube. I'll probably do another YouTube, hopefully by the 4th is what I'm thinking. Podcast I'm doing pretty much every night. So this is going to go over to podcast, this show as well. So if you want to hear the whole thing, definitely check me out on www.just-commonsense.com. Just in the dash mark, don't type in dash, the dash mark, commonsense.com. Scroll down to the bottom, Spotify, Apple, Google, and many other sources. I'm out there all over the place. So just keep that in mind. You can listen to me in your car. You could drive down the road, listen to me on the beach. Let everybody hear it. Play it on the beach. Definitely have some fun. Because you know what? All you got to do is go down to the beach, drive on the beach. You're going to see a lot of people with American flags down there in the back of their four-wheelers. Definitely go up there, play my podcast out there. You're going to have a lot of people like that because guess what? Who drives the four-wheel drives with American flags on it? Republicans.
Yes, we do.
That's why I always said Trump. There'll be a few Democrats, not many. But Trump, if you notice how many people were riding around with Trump flags on everywhere. And when Biden shows up, it was like the Twilight Zone. Nobody, he was sleeping. Nobody had hardly any flags, huh?
He was taking a little nap.
Oh, yeah. Him and his sippy cup is. They always say on. Anyway, guys, one thing. Be protective and careful with our law enforcement this weekend. The reason why I'm saying careful is because treat them with respect. They're out there working super hard this weekend to protect you. That's what they're doing. First thing you're saying, they're writing us tickets. No, they are protecting you against people driving drunk. That is exactly what goes on this weekend because there's going to be a lot of drunk people out there. If you are drunk, hand your keys over to a friend who's not been drinking, have them drive you home. Catch an Uber, catch a taxi, whatever the case may be. Be safe. Don't hurt people. Definitely don't hurt people at all. We don't want anybody getting into wrecks. And definitely thank our law enforcement. You know I'm going to go here. Every night I say this. Okay, I'm going to do it. Let's thank our law enforcement, our military, our first responders, our truck drivers, because they're having a shortage right now.
Yes, they do.
Our farmers, there's droughts and floods going on all over the place. There is a huge drought going on out in the Midwest right now, in California and all up there right now. It is terrible. Heat waves going on right now. So we've got that going on. So definitely thank a farmer every time you see a farmer. They're out there working super hard. Even over here on the West Coast or East Coast, we have a lot going on with farmers, and they're doing a lot. But again, thank them. And one last thing. For those of you who are working and working hard and not collecting that unemployment check because you're getting extra free money, thank you.
Yes.
So thank you a lot. And just keep that in mind. We definitely respect you for doing that. And as always, guys, God bless you. God bless America. Raise those flags this weekend. Put them on the back of your car. Whatever you can do. I'm going to have one in the back of my car, and it is going to be beautiful out there.
Indeed.
We are going to have a beautiful weekend coming up. I just saw the weather. It's going to be beautiful. So, again, thank you. God bless you.
God bless
have
you
a
all, people.
great night, and take care.